the nurse here peeling the skin off my toe, the dead skin off. This is what they do when you get cellulitis. You have to peel off the dead skin. You're the first one to do that.
Well, because it's all healed underneath there, right?
Okay.
So
that's what you have to do. Cut it off.
Yeah. Because you don't want to damage any of the new skin, right? That's
so
growing.
Is that new skin going to turn to black again like
No,
the other
it
skin?
shouldn't. It shouldn't.
It should start healing now?
Oh, yeah. She took it off.
She's taking the black skin off.
Yeah, it's all like just dead and just peeling off, just like a scab does, right?
I feel like a snake.
Yeah. Well, that's what the person supposed to do that last time.
What about those other skins? Is those okay? Is that one okay?
I don't know if they're loose or not. Like
yeah.
Those ones were really loose.
That's the one that he cut. Like he cut all the tops of those toes off, right?
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, but you can see that they've actually seemed to have healed better. Right?
Like these aren't very loose yet to come off.
Oh, okay. So you
know
have to
what I mean?
Loose.
You can
you
tell.
Don't want to touch them until they're loose.
Yeah. No.
Okay. Just one. Well, it was just weird because the dressing felt like it was shifting back and forth, back and forth. It was driving me crazy.
See, like when you start washing it and it just like slips off like this,
yeah.
then you know that it's ready, right?
Okay, so it's kind of like a sunburn.
Yeah.
It just peels off.
Or just like a scab.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I've never had scabs before, so I don't know.
No, you've been lucky then.
Yeah. I've been very lucky most of my life. Well, why is the skin peeling down here on my foot?
There we go. That's from the cellulitis too. It's from when your foot, like, because your foot was probably swollen
up,
right?
Yeah, it was really fat.
When your foot swells up and it stretches,
okay.
then the skin gets thin.
Okay.
Right, and then with it being blistered, and then it just starts peeling off. That's part of the infection.
Okay.
So
how long does that last for? Like, judging by what you see here, he gave me another week's worth of antibiotics.
Yeah,
Is this going to go for another week, or do you think it'll go longer?
It's hard to say. Everybody heals differently, right?
Yeah.
It depends.
Does it look like it's healing faster though than you thought it would, or?
Well, I've never seen it before, right?
Well, so I just showed you the pictures.
Yeah, and
that's
how long ago was those? Like
August 30th, and then August 30th, September 4th, September 7th.
Okay.
So last picture to show you September 7th.
Yeah, it's coming along good then. It's coming along good. And then sometimes what happens is once it starts coming, then it really starts healing. Do you know what I mean? Like
once it gets going, then it just kind of.
Yeah. Sometimes it's slower to heal than others.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. And then once it starts coming, it goes right along good.
Oh, okay. That's
good.
Well, it looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah.
But before all this started, it wasn't up the middle of the toes, and then it just started spreading in the middle of the toes.
Yeah. Well, because
I can feel that pulling on
warm, moist environment, right?
Yeah, that's why I said I need to have those little.
That's where it grows.
So moist on the top, and then in between the toes, and then the dry stuff in between, so they don't sweat.
Skin
they forgot to do that at the hospital.
Yeah, but skin grows back.
And that's why I said they forgot to do all that at the hospital, and she put a bunch of wet pads on there, and then just left it. And it's like.
And left the wet pads, eh?
Yeah, so that's bad because it's supposed to be dry when it goes on.
Yeah, you don't want it wet between your toes,
no.
especially. Anybody.
Well, she left it wet all over the foot.
Well, that's kind
she soaked it with saline solution and left it.
I wonder if she just forgot.
No, she was like mad at me because I told her, I said, you need to take that off and fix it. She goes, I'm not taking it off.
Oh, really?
I argued with her. Yeah, she had it wrapped so it was so big it was like a club. I couldn't even put the size. I'm wearing a size 10 men's shoe, right?
Yeah.
Just so I could put my foot because my foot's so swollen, right?
Yeah.
And I usually wear a size 8 women's. And the size 10 shoe, I couldn't even get it on at all. So it's like, how do you expect me to walk anywhere or go anywhere?
Now that I can walk a little bit, I can't walk.
Exactly, and I was pissed off. It's like, now I can walk at least to the bathroom, but I can't because the dressing was too big.
Yeah.
So I asked her to fix it, and she's like, starts slamming stuff around, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what an attitude.
Yeah.
So then I started ripping it off myself. I said, fine, I'll do it then. And she let me do it.
Yeah.
And then I fixed it myself. I says, you know what, I'm going to start dressing my own foot.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
What they do.
Long day, right?
Nothing surprises me anymore with their healthcare system. Especially
people are stressed out, because they've got so many people to deal with that. Prompt care, it's just so busy.
Well, we're all busy, but you just got to take the time, right?
Yeah. So how much of the skin will keep peeling? How long will that keep peeling off?
Until all the skin that was affected is.
Oh, so it peels off the dead. So the dead skin is the infected skin drying out?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
what the antibiotics
And
do
so
is they dry out the skin until
Yeah.
it heals?
Yeah.
So it heals from the inside out?
Yeah. That's why you've got like
Okay.
all this nice new tissue that you've got to
But
protect,
it's still
right?
got bubbles on it though. See?
You know.
Got a bit of a
So.
bubbly look to it.
Yeah, well,
See
that's
those
because
bubbles?
of the it's part of the healing process, right? It's
But
still
should
not
it have those little
completely.
bubbles? Because that's what happened last time. Is those bubbles started and then they got puffier and puffier and then they filled with liquid and then they got infected.
Well,
And that's what happened last time.
did they leave it on? Like, did they leave all the dead skin on there?
Yeah, they did.
Well, yeah, at first they did because they didn't seem to know what they were doing, and then the doctor started cutting it off.
Yeah, because if
Because
you leave
it
the
was
dead
so full of liquid, he had to pull it off and it just poured out of it.
yeah,
like-
see if you
like
leave
blood,
the dead
eh?
skin on, it's not going to heal. It's just
No.
going to keep refestering, right?
Yeah.
But if you get rid of all the dead
See,
skin,
they never peeled off the dead skin. That was
then
the
it
whole problem.
then
right?
it will heal, right?
Yeah.
So what
That
she
hurts.
does,
That
so-
hurts. It's on my toe.
Yeah, it's right at the tip of your the corner of your toenail.
Yeah.
she knows what she's doing. She's wrist.
I never knew skin could do this. It's gross.
It's just like a snake.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to bother me with the scissors, but when he had the scalpel and he's just
Oh,
cutting
yeah.
away like that, I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh
know.
my
I
God,
don't
he
like
cut
to
my
look for
toe-
those either.
I thought he was cutting my toes off.
But the problem is I didn't know nothing
And I'm like,
about
what
it.
are you doing?
Yeah, but the problem is I didn't know
He
nothing.
didn't even tell me. No warning,
Yeah.
nothing. He just started,
You should at least
slice,
tell him.
slice, slice. I'm like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? And he's like, well, I'm just cutting the skin off your toes. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, at least
know,
tell
like-
me what you're doing.
Yeah,
Take care
that
of
would
me.
have been like a warning or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is they didn't tell me
You know?
nothing. When she had it done for 3 hours. I was kind of right
Yeah,
away.
I walk in, and I'm not supposed to be walking on it. I didn't know. I walk in, and then they say you're not allowed to walk on it because that's all the pressure of your foot going down is what's making it stay infected. So you have to
Yeah.
get off your feet, stay off your feet until it starts healing, and then
Right.
we'll give you the go-ahead once it starts healing, right?
Okay.
But my friend of mine and myself, we came back to the hospital and
I'm
we didn't
recording.
know nothing. We didn't know nothing about what
I
happened.
am recording.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though, how they do this. But
Yes.
I didn't know they did all that stuff. I left what's going to sleep on me. So this is how they dress the foot. So this, what's this stuff here? It's like an oily stuff,
It's
Bactigras?
Bactigras. It's like
Mhm.
impregnated gauze dressing with antibiotic in it.
Oh, okay. So it's like a double.
Yeah, it's put between wax paper because it's
Yeah.
moist,
Oh, okay.
right, to keep
Yeah.
it moist.
Yeah, and they just,
So
so you put that on all the toes that are infected. And does it go in between the toes as well?
no, you don't need to put it in between the toes
Okay.
if there's no. It's just on the part where
Yeah.
there's wounds, right? That's all you
Okay.
want it on. The rest of it you want it.
Well, I guess in between the big toe it was kind of
Yeah.
iffy
Yeah, I
there.
gotta wrap that around just
Got dead
there,
skin
like
there
with
down,
that one.
down there at the bottom there. It's got a
Yeah.
stick in it.
Yeah, it's because it's not quite ready to
Sore.
come off,
No,
so
it's
it's just
sore
sitting
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was all purple and puffing there, I thought my big toe was gonna fall off. I mean, I was just terrified that was gonna happen. Because that's how bad it looked, right?
Yeah.
And then when it started turning black, I started freaking. I thought it was flesh-eating disease because they say cellulitis can become that.
Mhm.
And it's like, it better not be. She says, well, if it was, your toe would have fallen off by now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. You
Yeah.
know, thanks for the warning. And let's go in between the toes, right?
Yeah.
My little piggies in the blanket. To get their own little blankets. Stop the sweat. I got sweaty toe syndrome. Toe jam. Gee, it's a good thing I'm not famous, eh? Because people be going through my garbage selling this stuff on eBay.
Yeah.
I can make $10,000 for this bandage because it was on my toe and I'm famous.
Oh, did you know what happened?
What?
Liz Lohan got arrested again.
I don't want to talk about that on my video,
Oh, sorry.
thank you. We do not gossip about stars on my video.
No, I'm not gossip.
That is a gossip.
No, it's real.
I know, but it's still gossip. For me it is anyways. It almost looks like I'm getting a pedicure.
Kind of.
I'm getting a nursicure. Now I look like a patchwork quilt.
Yep, that's what it's gonna look like.
Guess I put a little bit on the bottom one too, right?
Mhm.
See, she does a good job.
Yes, she does.
That other lady, oh my god. I had to
Otherwise,
get her to dress it twice. And then she wrapped it so big that it was looked like a club foot. You know, like a golf club.
Right.
It was 3 times the size. And then I go to try to put my shoe on and I can't get it in at all. I thought, lady, you got way too much gauze on here.
Yeah.
I told her to make it a little roomy, right? But she made it so roomy that everything just shifted and then it just fell off and it didn't even stay in place. And I could feel it and I was like, oh god, this isn't going to heal right. So I had to call them and say, make sure somebody comes, take care of my tootsies today. Like, what teeth? So do you feel like you're a foot doctor now?
Me? Oh, I do a lot of people's feet.
Oh yeah?
There's a lot of diabetic people out there that have foot problems, right?
Oh yeah?
Wounds, yeah.
Yeah,
Tons
they
of
said
people.
if you're diabetic it takes a lot longer to
heal.
feel, like what, 3 months instead of a few weeks? Or?
Well, yeah.
What is the majority, what's the usual average for something like this? What's normally a month or 2?
Yeah, about a month usually. Depends on their people's age and what
Yeah.
other problems they have, right?
Yeah.
Like when you start having other issues like
Yeah.
diabetes or
Yeah.
heart problems or circulation problems or
Mhm.
whatever, you
Yeah.
know, then you end up with slower healing, right?
Well, I had a therapist come today and she said, you got to put your foot up and down like a gas pedal.
That'll help
She
with
says
the
that
swelling.
brings the circulation down to
Yep.
the foot.
It helps
Because
with
the biggest
swelling.
problem with pre-diabetes or diabetes is that your circulation is inhibited.
Yep.
What is it that makes, what about the diabetes that makes the circulation slow down? I don't understand. Why does it make your circulation slow down?
The diabetes, because it affects the small blood vessels.
What's it do? Contract them? Make them
It
smaller?
narrows them. Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
narrows them. So, what did they order? I don't even know why they ordered these.
I think they gave me a little bit of Heinz 57 there. My little box of goodies.
Yeah,
for everything.
that I would want to use.
Yeah.
They don't have it. See, you need something on
Are you
there
done with this now?
Yep. That
Okay.
package is still got nuts
Okay.
in it.
Okay.
Just have it
Gonna
fold
throw it
over
in there.
and keep it there. Yeah. You need something a little bit moister to keep the areas moister.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah, they've just been
Too.
using the
Like
dry
this
one on.
dry
They do
gauze
this
is-
here and then they put the dry over top of it.
Yeah, but dry gauze doesn't work as well as like if
Oh,
you
okay.
had like an ETE or Biotane or something
Okay.
like that. That's
So
what I
maybe
would
put an
choose.
order in and not
But-
tell them to order it? Just tell them to order it then?
Yeah.
You'll have
I
to do
don't.
that.
Yeah, because I don't know who's going to.
You can call my caseworker and do it. She'll do it. Mrs. Judy Bolingbrook or something.
Put this slot there.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you all trained for wound care? Is that what that is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Doing this for 30 years.
Wow. So you know your stuff.
Okay, now your cling. Where's the cling that they've got for you? Do they have any cling?
It's in there.
Oh, there.
There's a bag of stuff. If not, there's
Yeah.
a bag of stuff on the table over there too. Yeah, I asked them, could you please send one who's experienced? Because I'm tired of getting people that don't know what they're doing. So I guess that's why they sent you.
I guess that's why I got.
Well, I was getting frustrated, right? Because everybody that came,
Can
they
you
didn't.
lift up just?
Yeah. Everybody that came, they didn't know anything about cellulitis. They didn't know nothing.
Oh, that is strange.
And I had to argue with them. So the other girl, she said, instead of putting it over the ankle, she just does it on the bottom of the foot and tapes it in 4 spots so that if it expands, then it stays. And that's
Yeah.
the best, because when they
That's what
put
is
it over
comfortable
my
for you?
ankle, it just kept falling off and falling off and falling off. It was just driving me
Right.
crazy. So. See, now this one, I can put my shoe on now. I can tell. It's just right. And it's got big tape too. The tape they had at the hospital was this little thin piece like you use for like Christmas presents.
Oh yeah.
So we had to double it. So. I said, too bad they can't make this so they put like a waterproof sock over you so you can shower and everything. I hope someday they develop something like that, eh?
Yeah, they have rubber ones like that
Yeah.
you're supposed to be able to put even over casts on your feet, but they don't work that great.
No.
Like, you know, you still get the odd leak in it here
Yeah.
or there, you know, depends
So what
on.
happens if I do get a leak on it? Do I have to call and get someone to come and fix it right away?
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
have it stay wet, right?
Yeah, because when I go out for a walk, I put a plastic bag on it every time,
Yeah.
especially if it's cloudy, or I take a plastic bag with me.
Yeah, and just
in
make
case.
sure you take it off when you come back. You
Oh
don't
yeah,
want
yeah.
to,
I can't stand having it.
because it will
My feet get so hot. I put a sock on. I keep a sock on around here because the floors are, you know, they had cats up here, and I can't seem to get the cat dander out of this
There
place.
you go.
Oh, all better. Okay, thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.